Yes.
The fridge immediately made noise. It immediately started freaking out.
It's all right. It's got to make us some drinks, some Mountain Dews. Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast. I'm Cod.
I'm Crash Cod.
He's Crash now.
Yes, just Crash. Just Crash.
We've got a special celebrity on today's podcast. It is Mr. Ernie McCracken.
Ernie McCracken.
Yes, sir.
The only man who can wear a Smurfs t-shirt, or what would that be?
That's a button up.
A button-up shirt and make it stylish. Also with the Lightning McQueen
Crocs.
I'm telling you.
Hey man, you can't wear those at the airport.
This is a Walmart special right here, buddy. I'm telling you. All of this was bought for like $40, except the Crocs. When the Crocs are.
Just in case y'all didn't know, Ernie is a celebrity. He is a spot or a SoundCloud rapper.
we can't get it together or not. We're tongue-tied.
Yeah, I know. Hey, go ahead and tell them what your rapper name is.
My rapper name is Young 20 Piece.
Young 20 Piece. Young 20 Piece.
We'll put a link to SoundCloud. Where can we put it?
Put it up
right
here.
We'll put it up here. Ernie knew. Yeah, he catches the vibes. Yeah. Well, these are our first guests. You know, how you feeling about it so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. I don't really get out and do a whole lot. I kind of live like a sloth, so I don't really. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're only 2 minutes in. A lot of fun. We still got a whole other.
That's
hour.
a wrap, boys.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Yeah.
All right, thanks for having me on, fellas. I'll see you next.
For those that don't know, I was the mutual friend of Ernie. Met him through a talent search trip about 6 years ago. Been buddies ever since.
Yes,
He's actually he's got him a woman up here in Scott County. Finally made the move.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Erica. He's just living the Scott County life, the best life you can live.
Oh yeah, it's so fun up here. I love going to the brand new Wendy's that I've never been to before in my entire life and never seen. It's so fun. But no, I enjoy living up here though. It's really slow, so I enjoy not.
Ernie, what can other Scott Countyans do for fun up here?
There ain't really nothing that you can do, dude. I just like you can't even smoke crack. I don't know.
You can do that here. Yeah, I'm
I don't know. There's nothing though. Like we don't even have. It's like Middlesboro. There's just nothing here. At least in Middlesboro, I can go to Long John Silver's and have the worst fish I've ever had in my entire life. But like,
we had Long John's not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did have a Long John's, but
We'll replace it
It's
with
long gone
Arby's.
now.
Long John's long gone. So.
No, I know one funny thing about Ernie is like he's like one of the funniest people I've ever met. Lane's still laughing at one of his jokes already.
I can't do it, dude. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But whenever I found out he was going to be on that trip I was going to, they were like, he's like one of the funniest people ever. And I was like, nah, I can't be having that. I've got to be the funniest person there. And when I met him, he like walks in to the dorm so we were staying in with a trash bag with all this stuff in it. And I thought he worked there. I thought he's like a janitor or something, taking the trash out. And he walks in and he's like, yo boys, where can I set my stuff? And he was wearing remember the watermelon attire?
Yes,
pink t-shirt, green shorts. We can put that. We can put that right here.
I'm sure we can find it.
You got a picture of it?
I got a
picture. Okay.
We call it the watermelon attire. Look like a watermelon.
I have that picture with me, you, and Noah where we're all just sitting there. But
yeah. But
look like Patrick and that strawberries and cone.
That was the plan, man. It was my favorite fit for a long time.
What were they competing for? The Olympics or something like that in SpongeBob? The Fry Olympics, the fry cooking Olympics. Remember he was the little strawberry cone? SpongeBob was the popsicle? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
I know that got me so tickled, but Ernie, you two met at kickball, right?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it was great.
Lane hit him with the classic. Hey Ernie, where's Bert? Remember that?
Yeah, I thought I was the first person to say that, but I'm sure you've heard that your whole life.
That's pretty much how it goes being Ernie. That's the next question that follows is, where's Bert? Especially when you work in fast food, that's like the old people's favorite.
Yeah, you were at Dairy Queen, bro. You got any good Dairy? We don't have a Dairy Queen here, so we just gotta trust Dairy Queen works the way it does.
We don't have any drag queens here, man.
Unfortunate, I know. Dude, I don't know. Dairy Queen was pretty fun. I enjoyed working there, but
Did you ever have the people like be like, flip it, make sure it ain't gonna fall out? You did?
yeah. I actually do have a story. This was the first time I worked there like 2 separate times. So I worked there when I was in high school, and the first time I quit, like I don't remember. I guess I was like 20, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time now, but the first time, it was my last day. And I went, it might not have been like the exact day, but it was within the week. But I flipped a banana split blizzard and dumped it all over this lady. And like the banana split.
Like at the counter, you put it over her head.
No,
It's quality stuff.
Look how confident I am.
At the drive-thru, they have you flip it out the window, and like she was pulled really close, so you hold it out the window and flip it, and you hand it to him, and I just dumped it like right in her lap, and I was like,
was she in a convertible? I'm confused.
no, she just like
You stuck your hand in this woman's car.
Yeah.
Check this out.
I mean, I went to hand it to, like I don't know. I don't know. It seems dumb, but like when you're in the process of doing it, you just do it so many times. I did stick my hand a little too far, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, she was not happy about that. I got a good lashing for that one, but I ended up not getting in trouble because I quit like the week later.
That's the best way, man.
They're
Just
hard to
run
make because you put strawberry. Dairy Queen, I'll let you in on the Dairy Queen little inside scoop of how they make it. It's
an exclusive CodCast original.
It's very
only found here.
Yeah.
I know.
CodCast exclusive.
They take the strawberry, which it isn't even real strawberries. It's just like the juice, like just straight up like strawberry excrement. Like I can't even explain it. It's like strawberries, but if somebody took their toes and just mashed, like just like all together.
It's a good thing we don't have a Dairy Queen.
Yeah. I don't.
I'm glad we don't have a Dairy
Guys,
Queen.
yeah, Dairy Queen was rough. I had to serve people some crazy stuff, but like they take that and they put that in there. So you got one liquid, and then you put liquid chocolate, and then you put pineapple like juice in there, and then you put a whole banana in there that you cut up, and then you stick it in a blender, and it's blending it, and like it'll get runny, like it, and like if you serve, sometimes during the day,
Well, that sounds like scrambled eggs.
sometimes during the day you would serve so much ice cream that the ice cream would just come out like water, and people would still want the banana split blizzard, and like you couldn't tell them no. Because that's just how it is.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Well, I mean, I served a lot of runny banana splits. I argued with a lot of people over it. That was the bane of my existence, was the banana split blizzard. It's just too much stuff to put.
He has nightmares.
I do, dude. I think about it all the time. I can still feel the chocolate under my fingernails. Like it's terrible.
Looks like they're still there too.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap! What a segment.
Dude, that was fun. I don't
Is
know.
that the only place you ever work? Where you work?
I've worked at a lot of fast food places, I guess, and I worked at FedEx for a little bit, and that was really
What'd you do,
fun.
drive?
No, I can't do that hardly.
What do you do at FedEx besides drive?
You load packages onto the back of the trucks, which is like,
You bust a few of them?
oh yeah, definitely. Some people definitely got some broken eggs and
Oh, from FedEx?
maybe some TVs.
FedEx?
And,
FedEx? Who's ordering eggs from FedEx?
You like, we would have people's ashes come through, and they would be in yeah, like I'm not even joking with you. We would have boxes that were labeled like human remains, and like people would send their pets through the mail, and like like they would send their remains, and it's crazy. Like they would send. I got some crazy stuff working at FedEx that they'll send down the line.
That's why you go to UPS.
Yeah. Please, if you want your stuff efficiently, do not order it from FedEx. It's coming like 2 weeks late. Okay, it's not the package handler's fault either. It's mostly the drivers. But like working there, they would be like, okay, we're gonna do like 40,000 a day, which isn't bad because like between everybody, that's like maybe a couple hundred a piece, like 800-900.
That's still a lot.
I mean, it is a lot, but like, you just do it because that's all you do the entire shift is literally just load them into the truck. And so like it would just be really busy, and like they couldn't take everything in the day, and people would order food and stuff, and if you didn't have it shipped like overnight express, that stuff was coming back down the line like 2 or 3 times before it got sent out. So I know people have got some bad products, and
I just can't believe people's ordering groceries on Facebook.
Yeah.
People will order. I've seen a bunch of wild stuff. People will order whole pools. I mean, whole tables, like
Whole bodies.
yeah. Might as well. They were heavy enough, dude. I swear.
I wonder how many times you handled things that were illegal in the box that you didn't know was illegal.
I wondered that too, because you're not allowed to take your phone in there. So like, you couldn't take not that I was going to do that anyways, but like, I don't know, dude. It's so weird. Like they're very strict there, but overall, I mean, it's not. They work you like you're an ant, but it's like, I don't know. It's not bad.
Hold up.
Yeah, that one took me a second too.
Enlighten me how that works.
It's just constant. Like it's just like I know, like I don't know, like it's not a hard job per se. Like a monkey could do it. Like literally, if you
Another animal reference.
like, but you see what I'm saying though? Like if you put them in a room long enough, they'd figure it out. Like it's literally, you get the scanner and you scan the package and you beep and pull it off the belt and then just
it beeps?
it does beep, and then you put it in the truck, and like it's not hard, but it's like they really are hell bent on getting a certain amount out every day. And it was like we would come in at 4 a.m. and they would want us to do like 40,000 before 8 o'clock, and it was not fun to do that, but we would get it done.
I hate factory work, man. Like that's one of my first jobs is like I worked at Takahata, which is a car. You know, they make car parts. You know, but
Yeah.
I got over there and they were like, "Yeah, man. I know you're just 16, but you're gonna have this little summer job. And go out here and just, you know, you'll be doing your thing or whatever." You're muted. Oh, okay. Hey, that's smart. That's good stuff. But they was like, "You go over here. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna be changing these little oil pans out on these machines to make sure that everything is, you know, lubed and working good." And he goes, "That's all you're gonna be doing." I said, "Okay." AC in the summer, heat in the winter. I was like, "That sounds great." I signed my name on the paper, and then I walked out the front doors to go to my old workstation. I got stopped by my supervisor and handed a weed eater.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Go weed eater around this whole facility." And it is a massive facility. Like, it's huge. Like, I'm not even joking. By the time you weed eated everything, it would be time to weed eat again. Like, it was a long trip, dude. And then that place in the back, it had snakes everywhere, man. I mean, so like there was a couple times back, like I would bring I don't know what I thought I was going to be doing, but I had this little bitty pocket knife. I was like, I'm going to cut the snake in half if I see it. But I didn't, my hands went to be right there next to it. But that's all I waited around that place forever. And then they hired some more help. And I thought, oh yeah, yes, I'm going to quit weed eating. He's going to be weed eating because he's a new guy. No, they just stuck us both to weed eating.
So, did you not like the weed eating?
I hate it.
So then you took a job that was strictly weed eating for the town of Huntsville?
Yeah. Then I went to town of Huntsville. Now, then I literally, they have me, my boss, Harold, older guy, really old fashioned. Harold.
Shout out Harold.
Hey, Harold Jeffers, yeah.
Here we go.
He looked at me one day and he's like, Lane, I want you to start from the shop and walk down Highway 63. And you weed eat around every fence post, every mailbox, and every guardrail from here to the city limits.
I told him I was Stevie Wonder because there ain't.
I'm Stevie. I can't see nothing. I'm blind, boss. But I was like, okay, well, town of Huntsville probably just ends like what, you know, at Fast Lane. That's a long ways, but still, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, it don't. Town of Huntsville ends at Scenic Foods.
Oh.
How about that?
Yeah, that's
that was a long time, and I made it almost all the way there. And that. Let's look at it real quick. How far is that shop to Scenic Foods?
from here or
Let's
from
see. I'm gonna say
like across?
5.3 miles.
Well, from here it's 5.9, but let's do. It'd be like Huntsville Pool will be the closest to the shop.
Buddy, I just figured out how to get to the Wendy's like last week. You gotta give me some.
It's in Oneida, bro. See the big redhead sign? That's where it's at.
Just so we can hear you better.
So, okay, my phone has quit phoning. There we go. Let's do this.
It's a pretty good distance.
It is 4.5 miles
God dang.
one way.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so just to walk that, I ain't doing that. But I was weed eating around every mailbox, fence post, and guardrail. And then about 3/4 of the way there, I run out of gas. I was like, yeah, baby. Now I ain't doing nothing. What's my boss do? I call him, hey man, I'm running out of gas. He goes, okay, I'll be there in a minute.
I'll bring the gas jug.
He brought a gas jug and filled it back up for me. And
That's why Harold's the goat, you know?
this is no kidding though. No, I'm not even being funny. Like I didn't have any water with me because I was walking. So unless I had a bag, I'd have my hands full of the weed eater. And actually, I would try to stick something in my back pocket, but I couldn't do that either because I had a wallet on one side, I had weed eater string in the other. So I walked that whole way, got down there, and then I ran out of string, and I asked him to bring me a water.
Yeah.
You know those little shot glass water bottles? I swear, dude, they're like that big. That's what he brought me that day. Barely enough to wet your tongue, but
You're stingy, Howard.
Harold, bro, Harold.
Oh.
You don't even remember the goat's name.
Who's Howard?
Yeah.
Howard Baker.
The greatest baker in the land.
Yeah. So, alright. We do a little segment every episode of lane luck. I luckily have not had any lane luck this week compared to last week.
Yeah.
But we'll let Ernie go.
What's lane luck?
Lane
You gotta
luck
explain it to me.
So lane luck that's a good idea. We'll just explain because they might not know either. So lane luck is basically the worst. My wife is absolutely demolishing that burger back there, bro.
Hell yeah.
She tried to bite into it so discreetly. I just outed her. Like, no, she's eating the burger back there. Good job, honey. I'm in trouble. But lane luck is basically if it could happen, it will happen.
Okay.
Like imagine, it's a great day walking down the street and then a meteor hits you. That's lane luck.
Like Murphy's Law.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Is that the word for it? You smart.
I just know because of that TV show,
What?
Milo Murphy's Law or whatever that. Oh yeah.
What should be heard?
Let's look up what Murphy's Law is.
It's pretty much if it can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Yeah.
Murphy's Law states anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Man, you're just smart. Man.
I'm telling you, dude. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
It's that shirt, bro. It's that shirt. Straight from Honolulu.
Hey, he's a what's the word? He's advertising for the new Lilo and Stitch movie.
I am, dude.
Are you Lilo or Stitch?
Both. I've never decided.
What's that even talking about? Oh, so I work on cranes at I said that we're cranes, but cranes. I work on cranes and I primarily do tower cranes. And beginning of the week, man, I mean, operator called me. He's like, man, my tower crane's messing up. I ain't got no swing. I ain't got no cable. I don't have no trolley. It's just messing up. I was like, okay, I'll come and check it out. Messed up consistently for 2 days.
Right.
Every time he tried to do something.
Right.
And then I go up there. I stay up there for 8 hours. It never messed up once. But it ain't like one of the things where you drive through, you're like, oh man, it don't work. No, you got to climb 250 foot up in the air.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, fuck it.
You just sit there and look at it. You're like,
why? Man, it's a long way from the ground, but jumping looks a lot better.
Yeah. And so that made me mad. And then I kind of calmed back down. That was like earlier in the week. And then yesterday, my boss called me. He's like, hey man, we just had a mobile crane go down. I need you to go work on it. I was like, cool. All right, so this is in the middle of Knoxville. We're talking like downtown, you know.
Right.
And I'm well, it's across the river, but still, it's like in a big apartment place. I was sitting there, and what ended up happening was it was just a wiring issue. And after I had to wire it back, you have to recalibrate the crane. So you got to boom it up and then do all this other stuff. Well, I messed up the calibration thing, so I was redoing it.
Right.
And in the middle of doing it, I was like working and looking at the boom up there, and I was like,
he crapped himself.
I was like, look. Yeah, I was like, hey Logan. And I got a co-worker named Logan, and I said, hey Logan. He goes, yeah. I said, you smell something burning? He goes, no. I said, look underneath the crane, make sure nothing's burning or leaking. He goes, okay. And he said he looked down, and as soon as he looked down, he saw, boom, and it just poured coolant, and the belt shredded and went everywhere. So I'm blowing coolant all over the streets in Knoxville. You know, I mean, like it's a bad ordeal. And my boss already has like the expectations of if I'm sending Lane something, it will be on fire when he leaves because that's how he is. I call him and he's waiting in his own house like, hey man, I hate to break be the bearer of the bad news, but Crane's just crapped the bed. And he's like, oh well, I didn't expect nothing less. I'll send you on. Well, what happens today? I get another phone call from Sean, the original crane I had to climb. It's messing up again. I had been on this crane consistently, never messed up.
Yeah.
Kyle sends another mechanic up there with me that's been in the game for a long time. He climbs the crane, he gets up there, it messes up perfectly. It stays messed up while he's up there, so that makes it where he can troubleshoot it easier. He finds it in 10 minutes. It makes me look like an idiot, you know, of course.
Which you are, you know.
Yeah. Arnie, you're muted, bud.
I know, I'm letting you tell me. I don't know if it helps with feedback or not.
It does,
Or
actually. Man, you're just thoughtful. You're a thoughtful cookie. But
Thank you. He's a smart cookie, he's a thoughtful cookie,
Smart
he's all the
cookie.
cookies.
Yeah, I love being cookie.
you might be a fortune cookie.
I wish.
No one can hear you because he was muted. But
Yeah, you back on the mic.
Okay.
But yeah, so Josh, you had to get anything? No lane
I've
left?
actually had a pretty decent week.
Pretty decent week. It can only go up from last week.
Yeah, last week was pretty bad. If you haven't watched the second episode, what are you doing here?
Get out of here. Go
If you haven't
back.
watched the first episode, you definitely don't belong here.
I wasn't in either of those, so I'm just here.
Did you watch them?
I did.
Then you're good.
Yeah, you're good. He left some comments.
I did.
If y'all are
I did on the
commenting,
first
thank
one.
you.
You commented?
I did.
You commented on both, right?
Yeah, I didn't do
Oh,
the second
sorry.
one. I should have. I'm
We'll,
sorry.
we'll thank, let's see, JD commented, Peyton,
Are we going through every comment right now?
there's only like 5 or 6. We appreciate those 5 or
1,000.
6. Yeah, 1,000.
Come on, bro.
We just blocked them, you know. But one of those comments actually, which we can go ahead and do our food review.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, for a request from Sawyer Roberts. Shout out Sawyer.
Here, I'll get it set up for us here.
Yeah, so we didn't know what you wanted. Really, I know I messaged and asked, but we got just 3 random things we can
I'm gonna
find
show everybody
that
what.
seemed to.
Wait, where's the strike go?
Oh, it's in the fridge.
Okay.
But okay, Ernie's gonna go get the.
I got
I was
this.
about to say, you were able to I can just cut.
But we need to, while he's going to get that, I have an idea.
Okay.
Y'all tell us if you think it'd be a good idea or not, comments or whatever. But I think it'd be a good idea to do like world's hottest.
World's hottest.
There's like world's sours,
Oh yeah.
world's hottest, world's chocolatest, and then world's other stuff.
Yeah.
But the hottest, like they got like the world's hottest gummy bear
Yeah,
and
let's
like
do
the
it.
world's hottest chip. We gotta do the one chip challenge.
Yeah, I think they want to see us be tortured.
Misery.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool. I mean, like, I think that'd be awesome. I don't know if Ernie would do it, but I mean,
Yeah. Well,
would you do that one chip challenge at that hottest?
I'll do anything once.
we can do anything.
Oh yeah.
We'll try it.
All right. Let's see here. I say we.
Oh, hold on, yeah.
Yeah, sit down, buddy. We got our red solo cups over there.
Yeah.
You can give it.
Shout out Toby Keith, red solo cups.
Resting. He's still up there.
No, he's like
But how long Toby Keith been dead?
a year.
No
2 years,
way.
3 years, 2 years.
Oh, I do. I remember that. Hold on.
Kinda smells
I remember that when Cheyenne was
Beef
upset.
up ginger ale.
Mm.
You want to sniff
I
it?
don't, dude.
You wanna
That's
sniff
gonna
it?
make
You don't
me
like
sick.
tea anyways, dude.
No, let's save the tea for last.
Is it green tea?
I'll
or
save
is
it for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't like that.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be good.
Alright, we'll try it.
Screw you, Sawyer, for this idea.
Well, I mean, this aren't bad.
It's a
Things
good
to
idea.
try.
It is a good idea. We want people to comment, and we'll do whatever.
Sorry.
So, Doritos Golden Sriracha
Yes.
chips. I don't even know what sriracha is. Like, is that?
Can't even spell sriracha.
Yeah,
so.
we can't even. We barely can read it.
I would say sounded out, but it ain't spelled like it sounded out. That's bull.
Sriracha.
Shy. What's sriracha?
Sriracha.
Hey, Jamie, what's sriracha?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Put the definition up here of sriracha.
Hey, we'll put it over here.
Put it over my face.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see.
Open that thing up. My God, mute that mic, bro. You got that thing. I went that.
They don't smell bad. You just want to get a sniff first. The sniff test.
Dude, there's like 6 in here. Good
Oh,
God.
that's, you get the full size bag, you get 9.
That smell like.
I don't.
Oh my god, that smells like.
Yeah,
It smells like sriracha.
those are very spicy.
I don't know, man. I mean,
We got
It's
what y'all do? Find like the absolute.
We found the cheapest bag of chips in. I'm just kidding.
We were trying to find just the nastiest thing.
Am I getting one?
Yeah, well, I'll get one.
Yeah, we'll taste it. We'll do it
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah.
I'm scared. I don't like trying.
When you bite into this shit, please don't do it to Mike. This ain't an ASMR video.
Don't do
It
it.
smells like the Szechuan sauce from.
How many syllables is that, bro? Szechuan sauce.
So we doing like full chip or just?
No, I was gonna do
I was just gonna
eat it like a squirrel, please. You know,
eat like a squirrel.
All right.
I'm going all in.
Alright.
Alright.
3, 2, 1. Oh,
Oh god, I don't like that.
No,
That tastes awful.
don't like that at all.
it tastes like somebody dragged a corn chip through a pig's straw.
Oh, dude, that's nasty.
That's not the
You're
worst.
pranking me. It is the worst.
I don't like. It's not bad. I mean, it's not my favorite, but
Let me get a second one. Let me. I gotta try. Okay,
I gotta drink over now.
I hate that.
Of course, I want a second one. Look at me, but I mean,
I know. I'll tell you that right now. I know.
You guys want to try it?
I want to try one.
Nah, Raven, you're cute.
That ain't bad, dude. I'm
Is it-
telling you.
I don't know. The
Is it
second
just
one
spicy or is
wasn't,
it
No, it
taste
just
bad?
tastes awful. It tastes like vomit.
the second one wasn't bad. Try another one.
No. I ain't doing that. Ain't no way. I hate that.
I would love that.
You like that?
I like that a lot.
I hate that. It tastes like nacho cheese, but like
Yeah, they just taste like really bad toppings.
It kind of
So-
tastes like the sweet chili ones, but spicy.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And you love the sweet chili ones.
no, I do not like those.
This next one is
No, that's good.
This has been in the game for a while. This is older than all of us, I'd say. We're in our mid 20s. I've never had $100 grand. I don't think anyone can say they've had $100 grand, but
I'm sure there's other people that can say they've had 100 grand.
people not in Scott County.
No, not here. That's probably the combined
Yeah.
salaries. 100 grand. When did it come out?
1963.
When when do y'all think?
I'm gonna say 1942.
Y'all was close. 64.
I had my ears mixed up.
Well, this looks like Depression era candy, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, I'll let him get his open.
Okay,
Let him get his open.
My bad. You would have to be depressed to eat this, though. Look at this. Kind of.
They're pretty good.
Really? I've never.
Now, Grant, I will say people's probably had this.
I've
We
probably
just have never
had it.
tried it.
It's one of those things where it's like I'd rather eat a Reese cup, like
What's in it?
nougat.
Nougat and caramel and the crunch. Nougat. Alright, you ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1. This is just a fancy Twix bar.
Well,
Alright, well.
this is like Twix, but italicized.
So since we ate half of it, do we have 50,000 or 50,000?
150 between three of us.
No, yeah.
You have your lips on the mic when you're doing that, bro.
How would it be
crap.
150 if there's only 100?
We had 3, buddy.
You have 3
50,000
halves.
times
100.
3. That's what it really
Bitch
is.
times 3.
Oh.
You're a dumb cookie.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Lane went the whole thing. Now we do have 100 grand.
Yeah, it's I don't know. This wasn't bad. It just tastes like a Milky Way, and
That ain't bad. We said
It's so chilly, dude.
Alright, here's the one I'm dreading. I cannot stomach tea.
That's why I said we should have did it first, because the chocolate's gonna have you all messed up now.
Hopefully it does. Hopefully that masks it.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
What do you think about the Sprite?
I'm about to fix you on this caramel is what I'm about to do. Huh?
Don't give me a whole lot. That's all.
How can I do this? Hopefully I don't spill it all over my boys here.
You don't even heard that because his mic ain't up to it. I don't think. Bruh,
Is that too much?
That's way
My
too
bad,
much.
Josh. You don't have to down it all. It's not like we're.
Yeah, we're partying on the pod.
Oh, well, I didn't know how much you boys wanted.
That could be yours. Now, holy crap.
Hold on, I still got nougat in my mouth.
Dude,
Let's do
I want
it.
to need 15, 20 business days to get this. Out, dude. This was terrible. I'll never eat 100.
That's probably why old people like it so much because they've been eating it for the past 50 years.
No,
the
they
same
can
one.
gum it to death. What it is.
I'm more of a like one of those little strawberry candy mammals myself.
You look like the one with that shirt.
I'm getting there.
Is that what they're called, mammals?
I guess. I don't.
This smells okay. It just smells
Yeah, it
like.
smells more like. Hopefully it does taste.
All right,
like
are we
Sprite.
ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Well, no, you boys were right. I'm like, fuck. And it's unsweet too. Good God, that's an abomination. Is it?
I think it's pretty good.
You can have the rest of mine then.
No, I ain't drinking that. I got sweet tea right here, but that tastes pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't the move.
It tastes like carbonated sweet tea. It literally tastes like it tastes like carbonated
That's
sweet
pretty
tea.
good.
My bad.
If you think it's pretty good.
You like it? I mean, dude, it's weird. Like
Lemon, lime, and tea flavored soda with other natural flavors. No caffeine.
Caffeine?
Yeah, caffeine.
Does it have
has no caffeine in it.
No sriracha. That's
Literally Sprite and tea. How does it not have caffeine though?
Sprite don't have caffeine.
Oh.
Tea does.
Does tea?
Yeah.
So it must be unsweet tea, right? No, is that
Well,
how
I
it
think
works?
tea itself typically has caffeine, right?
All right, look at it,
I
Jamie.
think so.
Jamie.
It says no caffeine on the label too. So
I mean, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying, like, I don't.
No, you said I was a liar.
I'm sorry. No,
Yeah, well, that was pretty good. I mean, like you said, comment what you want us to do.
If y'all want to see us do the hot stuff or the sour or the whatever, they got like the most blueberry flavored thing in the world.
Yeah.
They got the sour stuff gets me. Like I can't stand it. Like the feeling you get in your teeth.
I totally want another colonoscopy. So let me come on next time that we do when we do the hot
Now
stuff.
we'll take the pod to the colonoscopy. We'll
Oh,
right there what's going on.
That was
You had a colonoscopy?
I did.
How was that?
Oh god, that was really fun.
Oh yeah.
There's a pain in the.
Honestly, it's really not bad. Like I'll be the leader for men. I'll take the charge for us. I don't know. It's not bad. Like you really you psych yourself in going into it. No, like you're not awake during any of it.
Well, yeah, I bet it ain't bad at all.
The worst part is the prep though, is because you have to completely clean your colon out. So the day before you can't have any food, and you have to take. I literally had to take 3/5 of a bottle of Miralax and then 4 Dulcolax pills, and you're just it's like I can't even describe. I'm not trying to be nasty, but it's terrible. It's like the bad. I can't even it's like fighting in a swampland. Like you can't even it's terrible.
Your home was the.
And then the day after when you get to eat, it feels so much better, dude. You're just like, oh my god. But nothing was wrong. Nothing ended up being wrong, which is good. But
Dude, and I think the worst, hands down, the worst day I've ever had of bathroom attire or bathroom amenities, whatever you want to call it. Me and Shy went and got some Hunt Brothers pizza from.
oh my god.
Dude, it messed us both up like the same time because we both got the pizza and then literally at the same time, middle of the night, I heard her get up, go to the bathroom, and that woke me up. But while she was in the bathroom, I was like, man, I feel like crap too. That following day, dude, I went to save details. I went to the bathroom, I'd say 20 times. Stayed in there. And it wasn't because I went, done my business and was done and left. It was I chose to quit. I made the decision of this is enough.
It's one of those. It's one of those where you got to take your shirt off and
That's a bad day right there.
get redressed after you come out of the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, those are the worst, I'm telling you. I think the worst is when you're sitting there fighting for your life and then there's nothing. And you're just like, dude, I swear, I'm going to kill myself. You literally sit there and fight a 30-minute battle for it to be not even worth it. And I'm like, dude, I could have...
Battle of Armageddon. Holy crap, dude.
You never want to strain again in your life. It's the worst. I can't stand.
Yeah, let's get off that.
Let's get out of there. What was we talking about?
I know one thing. This is gonna get crack at Ernie. So I know me and you have done I think just one escape room.
No.
I've done 4 with Ernie.
Oh yeah.
Ernie is the most destructive person I've ever been in a walking
Because they're
room.
hiding the key under the well-placed object. in the
It'll
middle.
say this is more or less on that tag.
It'll be like,
this is not part of the game. Do not touch.
That's what they
And Ernie's
want.
like, that's what you want. Yeah.
That's what they want you to think.
So the overhead
He's out there in the
person.
owner's car. Flipping the car over.
Yeah,
It's here. I swear.
They were overhead, no, that's not right. Don't touch that. And Ernie's like, no, I think they're tripping. I think we're supposed to. And he'd pick it up and he was full blown shaking, whatever it was.
I think that's because I would do that to people. I'd be like, there's absolutely nothing there. And then there'd be
Yeah. No, Which one did me and you do, Lane? We did the train.
Yeah, we did the train one, and then
I think that was it.
Do you have pictures of you? The one
Yeah,
that
we-
you with
Yeah,
you want to put them?
we'll put all
Do
of
we?
these. We got to. Yeah. Well, no.
Oh.
No.
No.
We wouldn't have that no more.
you say I don't know.
Half that picture doesn't exist anymore. So.
Oh yeah.
So we won't put that one, but we can put the no. We'll put me and Ernie's. Well,
No.
yeah,
We'll figure it
yeah,
out.
we'll put all we can up here. Yeah. But no, dude, that's something we all need to do. Like Ernie's the one person to go to the escape room with because like it makes it enjoyable. I think what was the one that me and you and Matthew.
Clue.
Clue was really fun.
Clue
That all the
was
Crusade. Shout out to the Crusade.
The
boys.
ship one was really hard, dude. We almost didn't make it out because we couldn't figure out
Yeah,
the.
that's a submarine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Submarine. But no, they the jail out here at Scott County Jail has an escape room.
I saw that.
You're just trying to escape from the cell.
No, that's a.
It's not hard. You just gotta pay the.
Well, I do that. Everybody does that around here for a living.
Yeah, we used to.
Escape the game warden.
Yeah.
Or
we, used
parole
to
officer.
we used to break in there, right? Like
The jail?
Jail.
Allegedly used to break in there.
I got in there because I worked.
Allegedly he got in there.
Allegedly. But I'll tell you what, man. My boss, same dude, Harold. Big Harold. But he.
Can we put a picture?
I don't know if there is a picture of him, but I walked in the jail and I was doing something in there. It's supposed to be haunted and all this other stuff, which I didn't see anything. But I got in and I started doing whatever, and Harold slammed the cell door shut on me, being funny, or it might have been the main door. And he's like, "You're locked in there now." Well, turns out I was locked in there because he didn't have the key. And there was no air conditioner in there either. In the middle of summer, in a rock building. You know, I mean, you can imagine it was built in 1905 or something like that, 1904. But there's a picture of one of my relatives in front of a moonshine still, actually, at that jail. Like, really old relative.
Dude.
But yeah, I told him, I was like, "Go get a key." He goes, "Okay." I was looking out the front door window right there, left to go to the shop. He turns around and goes to his house. I'm like, "Well, he's not coming back with a key."
Yeah.
I called Dennis, and then Dennis brought me one out there. But that was terrible. I mean, so I can technically say I've been jailed.
Yeah, you have been.
Yeah.
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 I'm going to tell this because it reminded me of it. So, a lot of people probably remember the Sky High jailhouse haunted house thing.
Yeah.
I think one of the funny, I can't remember who it was I was going with, but Trey Washam, they dressed him up as a vampire, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who painted his face. He looked so funny. Comical. I wish there was a picture of it so we can put it right there. But so like they had one of those things where you like pull the window and you can see behind, like see through the glass or whatever.
It was like a mime instead of a.
Well, it's like he was waiting for his big part or whatever because he kept talking about it at school like he was going to scare everybody because like it was supposed to be one of those like jump scare things.
Mm-hmm.
And like that thing unfolds and he like jumps out and he's like rah, and everybody was like and just pointed at it, started laughing, and he got like really offended. He was like, "Oh, screw this," and he like walked off. Yeah, I think he like walked out of the whole thing because like the whole group of 8 of us was laughing because he just looked so funny in that face paint. But there's also Connor Miller as Michael Myers.
I do have
Who fit the part. Okay, yeah, we do have pictures of
You got a picture of that?
Connor. Yeah.
Where are we gonna pop that up at?
He's here though. Where can we don't
Just put it over my
We can
face
put it over
because I don't know
you.
who you're talking about. So
Connor Miller? Yeah. You met him. My birthday party.
dude, that's like 4 years ago.
You know
I can't remember yesterday.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, real quick, what'd you have for supper yesterday? See? It's hard.
Yeah, I don't even put me on
What I
the
have
You ain't tripping.
What'd I have for supper? I don't know. See, you're right. You're like hit somebody with a question like that. Like
I thought you were asking her. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm just like questions like that. Well, I don't know what was with it. Oh yeah, picture.
Yeah, picture of Connor.
Yeah, we'll put a picture. Yeah.
Michael Myers Connor. Yeah. But now remember that one. He's doing the Michael Myers slow walk, and he walks up to me. He's like, "Hey." I like Connor.
Connor's the most monotone person that's available on the earth. Like he is the most monotone person I've ever met in my life. Like he's like super intelligent too. So like you talk to him, the vocabulary was crazy. You can talk about anything. He'd use these big, long. I'm talking 2-syllable words now. That's big, but he just he's just funny. Has literally zero like facial expressions for anything that's happening just the whole time.
No, we miss Connor. He'll be on here one day.
Hey, let's talk about. Did y'all know that I'm married to a convict?
You are?
Oh, yes, I am.
Wow.
It is currently May 23rd, 2025. Okay. Oh, shit. I was walking through the yard a minute ago, which is it. This is almost my fault too, but I probably should have noticed. But Cheyenne, my wife, has been driving her car with expired tags since August of 24. And there ain't been. She's been to Knoxville. She's been to Oak Ridge.
Nah, dude, they ain't gonna believe that, I
got a picture of it.
You do. You got a picture.
Already, where am I gonna put that?
Right here.
What?
Right here. Over the top of me. Just pace me over every time I'm telling you.
We did have a thumbnail of you doing this every time. Until we post something up. But yeah, I don't know. Can I actually throw that on there?
You can cross out the numbers just to.
I can just put
take her license plate out and just show them.
Yeah. And honestly, for context, I should put her social security number in there. Yeah, but dude, for almost a year, she drove with expired tags and never been pulled over.
What's that say about our police department around here?
I guess they don't care.
Oh, that's I'm just kidding.
Well, they probably saw the dent in the door and they're like, she got bigger problems. Yeah, there's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom dent inside that door.
I must have looked it up and was like, oh, that's Link Robbins' wife. She already deals with enough.
Probably right, yeah.
So we was talking about it a little earlier, and we got a video for this one too. A few years back at the Super Bowl, we was watching it at your house. I can't remember. I think the Rams were playing.
Eagles and somebody, I think.
It was definitely the Rams.
You sure?
It was the Rams and Chiefs, I think. Or Rams and somebody. Because the Rams won that year.
Dodge Ram? That's a dumb joke. Trying to get rid of this guy.
That's it.
But I mean, I don't watch NFL. But like, the Super Bowl halftime was Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent. All the goodies.
In my opinion, no, it ain't the best.
Who's? You better not say Kendrick Lamar.
No, it ain't.
Yeah. Okay.
Rihanna.
Yeah. No. I was getting to that.
I'm a Rihanna fan, dude.
Well,
I love all
you
her
heard it
music.
here first.
No, seriously, like her when she Love the Way You Lie. So, dude,
That's Eminem.
Yeah, well, I know.
Notice last time I'm like Jelly Roll is overrated. Lane's like he has a good song with Eminem. Like you can't just be like Jelly Roll alone has a good song. I really like Rihanna. She has that one song with Eminem.
It always comes back.
Actually, on this next segment, I was going to try some M&Ms.
Get out.
Jamie, get rid of him. Get out of here.
Get out of here. But no, like that was crazy. Seeing that we got a video we can put right here
of the halftime show.
Of you during the halftime show singing, or just doing something.
Yeah, I've got a video.
What?
Talking about your nipples were getting hard.
Huh? Y'all's nipples hard. My nipples hard. What
You got the proof. We'll put it right there. People, everyone will get to see it. But
what?
But yeah. So since then, yep. Just trust me.
Oh, I might have been being funny. Like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome.
I think you're being serious. Yeah. Nobody was even looking at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't tell you what it really. Oh God. Oh my God.
He can only tell you what his nipples feel like. But anyways, so like, it's only like it went from that good of a show, like halftime show, to where they can't get close to it because like Rihanna was just there to be like, yo, I'm pregnant. This is why I'm here. I'm announcing my pregnancy while doing this. Usher didn't do bad, but like,
yeah,
he had Lil Jon with him, Ludacris, pretty good.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, and this I think this year's was awful. Kendrick Lamar. It was just the Drake diss is all that was there for.
Some of his music's okay to me.
Yeah.
They should really put Fetty Wap, but bro can't remember his lyrics.
Yeah.
He's way too drunk.
I think. I was gonna
You
ask.
gotta keep an eye on him.
Yeah, you went out one eye.
His own lyrics, so.
17, 38. Dude, he had a hold of freshmen, high schoolers.
Maybe
Too.
it was Lil Wayne. I don't remember which.
It's probably Fetty Wap.
Well, Lil Wayne forgot his lyrics because you talk about that scene where they were like reciting his lyrics back to him, and he goes, "Oh man, that's fire, man!"
That's
you wrote that. He goes, "Oh, man, I'm smart."
Was it Lil Wayne that was doing that interview and he knocked over Peyton? Told me about this. Shout out Peyton. But where he knocks over that person's water and he goes, "Oh my God!" Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, I'll try to find it for you later. But
No.
But some woman was interviewing him and he like smacked her water with that mini too, and he was like, "Oh my God!" But it was
If I can find it, I'll put it up.
Yeah.
I collect antique cars. That's
do
what I
you?
do. Yeah.
What's your favourite?
I'm bidding right now on Frank Sinatra's Plymouth.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's got a Chrysler I'm bidding on in the bidding war, but I think I'm gonna win.
What, on eBay?
No. I'm on eBay.
Do you have a lot of toys? It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, you said like in the past.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
And that's the
Yeah, we'll put it up there.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. Lil Wayne right there.
Yeah.
It may not be Lil Wayne, but I think it was Lil Wayne.
Again, with the videos, we gotta quit pointing because it ain't gonna be right there. It's gonna be over the whole screen.
Now we just look stupid.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. You won't see us no more. But so, the only logical person that would make sense at this point would be Post Malone.
Michael
Dude.
Jackson reviving. Thriller needs to come back. Revive Michael Jackson and Prince right now. That's millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I tell you who I'm gonna pick, hands down. Okay, so the obvious answer is going to be Morgan Wallen and Post Malone.
I was going to say, well, that's what I'm saying. Post Malone can bring Morgan Wallen on.
I mean,
Post Malone can do literally all of the genres of country, like whatever.
They should go back to Hank Williams Jr.
Yes.
He's still alive. They should get him back one more time.
Hank Williams Jr. was on the Post Malone album. Like,
Yeah.
that would,
dude,
like,
Post Malone, is there anything he can do?
that's what I'm
Have you
saying.
seen his first music video?
Sing.
Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull it up real quick. And then,
More on the one I did.
Oh, you're talking about where he's like really young. He wasn't even like really
Yes.
post yet. Yeah, I have seen that.
well, man, you just.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of like his actual stuff. I mean, yeah.
I kind of miss Post Malone though. He's not the same dude.
Oh, do you know him personally?
Yeah. He opened for him at his
Beer bongs and Bentley
young
back,
20
that was
piece.
so real.
But like Post could be on there, have really all the country people come in because like the demographic and fan audience for a Super Bowl is mostly men. They don't want to see like, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to listen to women sing.
Yeah. Yeah, Lane's listening to
football
it.
game.
I know what it was. Rihanna was performing. Lane's like, even knew was going to be on here again. He was here last year. He's going to come back on it.
So just bring Eminem every year.
Yeah,
until he dies.
that would work. That would work. But like, you gotta like.
The Super Bowl should be sponsored by Eminem.
Yeah, yeah. But
Chocolate or the rapper, either one's fine.
yeah. Who you thinking though? Who you think would make sense?
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red, dude.
Sexy Red,
Glorilla.
Stallion. Get them all up there,
Get him
Cardi
on,
B,
Cardi.
and make them do a twerk off. That's how we're gonna do the next Super Bowl. Billions of views right there.
No, okay. If you want my actual answer, Three Doors Down, something like that. 30 Days Grace, something like that.
Yeah.
Or just I'm tired of just music. If you go back to earlier Super Bowls, there was an entertainment. Like they would do stunts.
Bro, the reason they quit doing that is because it sucks, though. There's only so much stuff you
But
can
imagine-
do before it runs out being.
Yeah, but we got new stuff now. So imagine you play football, all right?
Yeah.
They're out there playing the sports ball, and then they get done halftime,
Right.
and then you put an arena up there, and you have them slap fest, them slap off.
yeah.
You know, like the Dana White does sponsor them, and you know what I'm talking about? The slap boxing, is that what it's called? I don't know.
Yeah.
You just stand there, and you let this dude walk up to you and just smack you, and they're like, all right, hit him. Boom. All right, he's still standing. Your turn.
I think they should
Well,
let a time
we're gonna-
goes
we're-
halfway through third quarter and make it.
I'm gonna pause right. The next guest will go 1-on-1 with Lane in slapboxing.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, I got two
No,
blown out
no,
retinas
no.
here. I got retinas holding on by a thread.
But who are you thinking, Ernie? Who you got?
You think Young 20 Piece should perform the Super Bowl?
I got it. I got
Young
it.
20 piece.
Yeah.
I don't really know, dude. I'm not. I feel like I'm not educated enough to get
Educated.
Like I don't really listen to a lot of today's.
You just
music,
went to
so.
an Alan Jackson concert. How
I
was that?
did. It was really good, but he's. I feel
Alan
sorry for
Jackson?
him. Yeah.
How old is he? 1,000?
It's about.
How old is Alan Jackson?
He's like
He created this
60
100 grand.
Oh, he did.
He's like 67 or 68.
Is he that young?
Yeah.
That young, bro.
Buddy, that's still old.
Well, I thought he was like, he's
I thought he was
66.
60 something when I was like 5.
Hey, let's just appreciate Willie Nelson is still alive.
Yeah, that is true, Willie Nelson. How old is he? I don't actually know.
Alan Jackson's 66.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson's
really-
Willie old. He's 92.
His concert was like beautiful. He did such a good
Bro,
job.
you alright?
Yeah. That's a good one, dude.
What?
Willie is Willie good.
Oh, Willie. He's 92, bro. You know Snoop Dogg said that's the only guy that's ever. Is it him? Yeah.
Yeah, the only guy.
Yeah, that out smoking him. And I was like, Willie Nelson smokes like pot? You know, that's crazy.
You didn't know that, dude? That's like his whole persona.
I don't. When I listen like to music and stuff, I don't like go in these deep dark dives of this personal life. I seriously do not care.
Hey, I got another quick one on Connor. I went with him to Walmart once, and he bought 2 CDs. He bought a Best of Willie Nelson CD. Yeah, this is like 2018, 2019.
He bought CDs.
He bought a Willie Nelson CD, and he bought a Notorious Big CD. I know.
Keeping the CD
Dude,
market
yeah.
afloat.
I was
Dude, I
like,
remember those days, man. My dad, he had that binder. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you know, back in
yeah.
the day, they had them CD binders.
Yeah.
You flip through like 8 pages while you're driving, of course.
by the time you get there, you're like, oh, well, I'm already at my destination, so...
And then, you know, you got your runt kid in the back like, hey, hand me this CD. And so you grab it with your greasy Dorito fingers. By the outside, and then you hand it to your dad, and he shoves it in there.
My dad used to have one that went in the sun visor of the driver's side,
Yeah.
and you'd fold it down. But he would fit like 3 or 4 in the same slot, and like he would take a sharp right turn, they all come out and slap me right across the head. And then he'd get mad at me for throwing them on the ground, and I was like, buddy, you're over here chucking them at me.
Your Madonna one hit me in the face.
I know.
I walked in the...
Oh, people be listening to that stuff too, though. They always have that one album that's
dude.
just so weird that like you're like, oh my god, you know who that is.
My dad, the dad, again, we need to have him on here, but he is such a,
He'll be
like,
here. Father's
he
Day.
loves old stuff, you know, and like he stereotypical dad stuff, Dad Rock, 3 Doors Down, 3 Days Grace, Creed, Grace Daughtry, stuff like that, and then, you know, any classic rock, but randomly one day, he's like, you know who I like? I was like, who's that, Dad? He goes, Lady Antebellum. I was like, what? I was like, no, you don't.
Hey, you mean Lady A now?
Hey, that's
Huh?
Yeah, they had to change their name. They're Lady A.
Why?
because they're not racist no more. Don't you remember we can't be
Antebellum is
canceled
racist?
racism
Antebellum, yeah.
How's that racist?
because the
Beats me.
Antebellum South.
I've never heard this. Is the first time I've heard this in my life.
You go listen to a song of theirs and say,
This
Lady
is why
A.
you gotta look into the backstory.
I just don't, bro. I just don't. And then he also told me he likes Megan Trainor too. That's who it is.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, you know what?
Brandon's all about that bass, yeah.
My dad
I think I can't remember if it was that or Lips Are Moving that he liked. But it's one of them that he loved, and and Adele. He loves Adele. You know,
My dad was really old, and he would listen to like
he's young now.
Johnny Cash. Yeah. He would listen to Johnny Cash and stuff, and he liked Casey Musgraves, and I was like, dude, how do you do that pipeline? Like, I don't understand how you.
How do you go from one to the other?
Yeah.
I think a taste in music genre or just it really describes a lot about a person. You know, like if somebody walks up to me and they're like, "Hey man, I like T-Pain."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh man, this guy's awesome. This
Yeah.
guy's a partier." You know, if somebody walks up to me and they're like, "I like what's that girl that was with Taylor Swift? What's her name? Ice Spice."
Mm-hmm.
Everything you say from that moment forward is just null and void to me.
I'll tell this on my dad. He got his first flip phone back in like 2011, and he had his ringtone as TNT by AC/DC, and he just wanted to keep listening to it. So he'd have my mom keep calling him, so the ringtone would play TNT by AC/DC.
Couldn't afford the CD.
No, You know who my parents did? But like,
What is it with older people and having their ringtones to like ungodly levels of high? Like I understand some of them. It's like, oh, I can't hear. But you'll be in the middle of church and Sister Deborah will be in the back playing Highway to Hell.
I love it too. Like I you know, like me, my phone goes off in church. It's like, you know, like a text message or even a call. I'll go, like I can through my pocket. I'm like, okay, click,
Yeah.
stopped it. I love it. You know, it'll do this. They'll do this figure. They'll go.
Yeah, they gotta pull it out. Oh, it's just a river.
Dude, I got a story like that. When I was little, I remember this. We went to a little charity, and this woman was sitting in church. I forget her name now. Mom will have to tell me.
Sheila.
Really?
No, you said it, little charity.
Yeah, I think it was.
I was thinking when we were at church that one day, and it got really quiet because Sheila's phone went off and it said, "Hello, darling." It was that George Jones.
Oh yeah, George Jones.
Yeah.
But no, we was at a little charity, and I was sitting there. I had to be like 8, and phone goes off, you know. And Ernest was a super old fashioned like guy, and we sitting there, and this phone goes off, and that woman, she pulls it out and does a 1,000-yard stare, you know, like they do, you know. They look at it, and then she goes, "Hello? Yeah, I'm in church. Church. Yeah, I'll be out in a minute. I'll be out. In a minute. Yeah, you're being rude." Bro, like, what is going on right now? Like, it's blowing my mind.
I know these are just going way out of place, but I forgot to tell you about this one too. I was at Dollar Store the other day. There was just 2 older women, probably both well over their 70s, and the one was in front, who was at the register. The other was behind her, and she was like, "How have you been?" And then, oh hell, hold on, how'd that go? I already forgot.
You're interacting.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, let me think about it.
Yeah.
What did y'all do?
She was like, I can't remember. I can't remember. I know.
Hit cut it. That's it.
Yeah. Well, this has been a fun episode. Yeah. No, okay, I remember now. So she was like, "I've just been having trouble hearing as of late." The one behind her said, and then the one in front was like,
You're gonna drop that.
I know.
That makes me feel
How
like
was it?
different.
How was it? I told it, honey. I can't remember, and I look like an idiot now.
I didn't hear what the story was.
He's talking about some old woman at the Dollar General the other day.
Here, we'll cut part of that out anyways, because I had to tell Lane to scoot back in. He was literally it looks
Yeah.
like he's scared of the camera. He's been
Sorry.
like hunching.
Yeah, I can't remember that. Scratch that. That was bad.
We'll just cut that part from it.
I remember it happening. I just don't remember how it happened.
I've got some questions
You'll
for
remember
us
it
here.
every day.
No.
I was giving a dog review to a woman that passed.
I'm glad you said that. Because I know their story after Lane gets done with his question.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah, that is funny.
Yeah, so
yeah.
our dog, Hankus Bunkus. Yeah. We'll put a picture of old Hank.
Yeah, old Hank.
Old Hank up here. Actually, today makes 2 years since we've had him, so this is the perfect time to tell this.
Sorry, I got to sneeze.
Yeah, worst 2 years of my life. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Yeah. You can blame Hank for that one.
That's going to bother me the rest of the day now.
So Raven takes him to get groomed,
An hour.
and the person shaves his body, leaves most of the head and the face, and starts working on a tail. Well, he went in with 100% tail, and he left with like 95% tail because they clipped his tail while they were trying to cut all the hair off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, off.
I thought you meant they just nicked it.
Cut into the tail.
Cut
I
into
don't
the
think
tail.
any tail was missing.
Okay,
It
no,
was
no.
just Cut pretty bad.
There's a slash in the tail.
99.9%.
99%. Yeah. And so he's like bleeding out just about. Like there's blood everywhere. You know, Raven goes and checks on him after dropping him off, and she was still trying to get the blood off the floor. And we have a picture. You can't really tell it, but we got a picture of the tail after it happened.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's,
And there was blood in the car, blood on the house at the house.
Raven was actually just in the deli section of Walmart.
Yeah.
That's what she hired to cut the dog.
Yeah. And
half-inch bologna, please.
dang. But yeah, he looked funny, right? I think he looks goofy. I think he looks goofy the way he looks. But
It looks like he's ready for a job interview now.
yeah, I wish he would get a
The
job.
first picture we popped up was like college Hank.
Yeah.
And then This picture right here is gonna be like job interview, Hank. Like going to Microsoft.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the time that Ace ate my pot brownies and got really high. I have this little dog named Ace. We can, if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have a picture.
Oh yeah, we'll put Ace right there. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
You can't just, if you want, you gotta throw it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to do this. You're gonna be like,
Okay. All right, so I didn't know that he had ate them though. That was the thing, and they weren't mine technically.
You said my pop brownies. You said my pop
That's how
brownies.
you get them hooked. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they were.
You just worried if I was watching this.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
They're too busy looking for license plates.
They're looking for expired tags.
but I had well, see, I didn't think that he had ate them though, because one, like I said, they weren't really mine. They were in my friend's room, and I was living at my first house, and I come home one day, and Ace has this habit of like running under your feet because he wants attention. So like I stepped on his foot like really hard by accident because he's running under me, and like he started hobbling around the entire house for like an hour, dude. And I'm like, oh my God, I broke his foot. And like, I'm like freaking out, dude. I literally, like, I had not known that he had ate them yet, like up until this point. So I'm freaking out, like, oh my God, I broke this man's foot. I don't got money to fix his foot. He's like my son. He's the only thing I care about.
What's he? Young 10-piece?
Yeah. He's meat chicken. Dude, I took him to the vet, and the vet goes, has he ingested any marijuana? And I was like, no, ma'am, I literally stepped on his pot. I'm like, I swear I did not. Dude, I swear to my knowledge, I thought that I broke his foot. And so like, I'm like freaking out and crying.
Dog tags look like a Japanese flag.
And like, I get a call like 5 minutes later, and my roommate's like, hey, guess what's missing from my room? And I was like, huh? And she said, yeah, my brownies. And I was like, oh my God. They literally said that this man just like, just tore it up the entire night. It was just terrible. I'm kind of glad we took him. They gave him some fluids and they got him fixed. But he looked rough. He was, I really didn't know that that's what had happened though. And it ended up costing like $400.
I love that they looked at him and said, has he had any marijuana? That's a common thing.
You drug tested dog.
That dog, well, the dog was probably looking at him like.
To me, I thought I broke his paw, so you know
Dog, no, I know what happened.
You broke his buzz, is what it was.
Yeah, you ruined his buzz.
I know.
They brought the dog in. It's like, no.
I should have been able to tell, but
oh my God, that's obvious marijuana use.
I wasn't even under the influence, so I was like, if he had it and I didn't, I'm going to be pretty. Share with me before we got here. Okay, so
I think the real sign was the dog walked in there and was like, "What's up, playa?"
should have, dude. I literally just didn't. I didn't know until it was too late, and then I was like, well. He stayed at the vet, and then he was okay.
I'm glad to hear that.
It wasn't his worst time at the vet. That was the next time.
Oh.
And
What happened next
took
time?
his manhood.
You clipped him?
Yeah, we had to get him clipped.
Yeah,
Poor
got
feller.
him, man.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. I couldn't imagine. Dude, I can't. Like it's just like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be weird, but like it's weird. It's a weird thing to do.
Yeah,
Like, I don't.
Yeah, you got this large ape-like thing that picks you up, brings you in this unfamiliar place.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're getting jabbed.
Yeah, next thing you know,
you wake up, no nuts.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
Imagine how
that's
scarring
crazy.
that's got to be. Yeah, like I couldn't imagine being a dog. No wonder they come out looking like Vietnam's over. Cause dude, I mean, look at them though. They literally, like when I took Ace out of after we got him clipped, when I took him out, he literally didn't even want to walk outside the building. Like he was scared, dude. And I was like, I promise you, I'll never bring you back here as long as you don't need it.
Yeah, you get in the meth stash, so you're gonna be coming back.
Yeah, buddy, you better stay. That was
shop. We met a crack dog. Remember that?
Met a crack dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went up to this overlooking the Follett. And they were like, we kind of walking around and we was walking up to the top of the ridge up there. And this dog was like running around and that guy was looking at us. And he was like, "Hey, where y'all from?" Just real friendly, you know. I was like, "Oh, we're from here, you know, literally right down the road." And this dog was running around, and he kept like, you know, giving it the, you know, kind of like implying that.
Was that the one that was singing A B C D E F U? You know what I'm talking about at the Knoxville Overlook? The guy who was up there playing the radio.
No, not the Follett.
Oh, you did say the fall, didn't you?
Yeah.
My bad.
But
I think I got into what that dog got into.
yeah, you getting a stash too? But, that guy was like, "Yeah, that dog was it? No, he's meth dog, wasn't it? It wasn't crack dog, it was meth
I
dog."
think he said it, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, that dog eats meth." I was like, "Ah, that's funny." He's like, I'm being serious. Like he legitimately never smiled. I said, "Oh wow, that's funny." He goes, "Yeah." Well, yeah, that's just what he does. I was like, "Oh," but seriously, like that dog wouldn't sit still. Like, it was like boom, 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 all over the place. I think that guy was. I think he thought I was a cop. He's like, "My dog does meth, not me."
Yeah. Throw him under the bus. I don't care. Take him away, officer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I got off of some crackheads. It was an interesting experience.
Crackheads have the best things, dude.
I met these kids when I was in college, and I was shooting basketball, and they were just like, "Yeah, our dog had a puppy." Oh shoot.
No, Josh is muted.
My bad. They were like, "Yeah, our dog had puppies, and we're just gonna get rid of them." And I was like, "Well, let me have one." So I hid him in my room, like my dorm room, for the first year, and that was literally like he was so small. I just put him under my jacket and like tuck him in, and then the RAs found him and was like, "You got to get that dirty beast out of here." And I was like, "Okay."
Dude, I'll tell you. You know what? I'll be kind of a savage here for a second. Let me tell you what I did, and it's okay. It was on accident.
Oh no, that's a terrible way to start a story.
Before I met, yes.
The horse?
No.
Oh.
That's a good one too. But we'll start with.
Oh, yeah, same premise.
Yeah.
You know, like,
so, before I met Shy, I was dating this other woman, and we was doing. I was.
Come to your funeral later. Don't worry.
No, it's just a funny story because I didn't really know what I had done at the time.
no, you done it.
But I was leaving her driveway, and I think I was over there with a papaw or something.
When you do get a cow.
Can we pause?
Dan did that.
Yeah, we can pause. All right, we had to restart. My wife had to go do something, but so we I went to their house, and the papaw and the family needed help, and so I went up there and helped them for the day and stuff. And I was leaving, and this is after hanging out with her, and I was leaving the driveway, and I had been up and down that driveway like 100 times. It's a pretty smooth driveway. It's not pavement, but it's as smooth as pavement. You know, it's a super easy driveway.
Yeah.
Well, I was coming down through there, and she had just got it. Oh man. Oh God. But she had just got this puppy.
Oh, dude, please not.
Well, I was coming down the driveway, and I was driving, and I was like, funk.
Oh,
And I was like,
no.
what was that? I seriously did not think about it. Didn't hear a yelp. Didn't hear nothing. It was just funk. Well, I drove on home. I literally, as soon as the thought entered my mind, it left because it was nothing. I just thought I hit a rock, you know. Drove home, went to bed, whatever. Was in high school. Got up that next morning. She called me. She said, I forget the name of the dog, but I don't remember. We'll call
I can't
him.
even remember the name of the dog.
We'll name it Ernie for our special guest.
We'll name it Ernie.
Yeah.
No. We'll name it Bert.
Bert.
Bert the dog.
So Bert the dog. She goes, Bert died. I was like, yeah? What happened? She's like, he's in the driveway, he's bleeding out of his nose. I think he got snake bit. I was like, where at? On the left side of the driveway? Yeah, how'd you know? I was like, that's just where they are. She's like, I think he got like shot. I was like, yeah, I bet he got shot, honey. Like, I never did tell her.
Well, she knows now.
I mean, what? It's been like 8 years.
She's gonna sue you, dude. She's gonna sue you. She's gonna take her duck poster. Like,
dude, it was the funniest thing. Dude, that was
That's
also
the funniest thing is a crazy sentence to come out after that.
No, it was just, I thought about it. I was like, oh, I've never had clarified that.
Oh my gosh, dude.
No, that's something else too. Is that her papaw?
well, is it the horse?
Yes.
Well, you want to say that one for Big Bird when Big Bird comes.
Dude, yeah, I will say that for Big Bird. Yeah. Because Big Bird, he was involved in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need his side of that one too.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny. We need to have Big Bird and Ernie on one. Dude, that'd be a funny podcast
We
right
can do
there.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but I'd like to meet him. So
You're the Kentucky version of Big Bird.
Yeah, you're Big Bird, but like north. You're Big Bird. You're like Big Bird squared.
Big Bird does have cousins, man. He's got like there's like all those other big birds.
Wait, you about Sesame Street?
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
like
you just said you didn't know him. How did you know him?
Wait, that's where Bert and Ernie come back in.
Oh, come on now. Dang. All right, I got some questions.
Alrighty.
Got some questions. It's just so funny. I'll answer it.
That's crazy, dude. That's
But-
Can we get we get a RIP in the chat for Bert the dog?
Bert the dog.
That's wild.
I mean, I can't believe how is my story of me accidentally running over a dog worse than you feeding your dog pot? Like, I mean, like,
But mine wasn't intentionally, though. I'm not saying you did it intentionally
He also
either.
tried to help the dog
Yeah, you committed a murder and fled.
and lied about it.
I might be a little bit deeper dive into who I am as a person.
Yeah.
I killed that dog and said nothing. Like, whoops. Next.
We got Dahmer Jr. over
You're
here.
in jail in like 40 years. I'm gonna clip that and be like, I knew it from the beginning.
Yeah.
I should have.
I was right there.
Be like, donate to my OnlyFans page. Sitting next to this murderer 40 years ago.
Bert the dog. It's the Bert the Dog Foundation.
Bert the dog.
Just gonna make a shirt.
Bert dog.
A penny a day. We go to the first dog.
Maybe next time you'll get out and look. Probably.
Oh my gosh, dude.
They really know how to pull at your heartstrings with those commercials too.
When you hear like the smoky, like only you can prevent puppy accidents.
What would the mascot be for that?
Not smoking.
He would be smoking.
Definitely not Bert the dog. Where he's at.
It'd be Clifford.
Clifford, yeah.
Yeah, Clifford.
No, that one you would have failed. I'm sorry. Dude, that's sad. I'm not mad at you or nothing, but that's just.
You fool me. You said that's
Ernest over here like.
No, I'm not. That's sad, dude. I know how it feels to have you. I don't know.
You get choked up, right?
No.
You alright?
No. No,
Is that
okay.
Oh my god, dude. I can't do
Dude, it was bad because I don't know.
You're just a dog person.
I don't know. I watched mine get rid. It wasn't fun. I was like 7 years old.
Was the guy that did it in a black 12 years ago?
He was in a black Ford Runner.
What was his name?
I don't know. It's Charlie.
Charlie Osham.
Charlie.
I don't know who you are.
Start
It
the
wasn't-
Charlie Osmond Foundation.
It wasn't you. It was one of my friends. Literally, like his daughter texted me like 2 hours later and was like, "Did your dog run out in the middle of the road?" And I was like, "You." Which he did run out in the middle of the road. He was really stupid. His name was Smokey.
I thought it was Charlie.
No, the dude who gave him a name.
It probably was Osmond.
I can believe so much.
It wasn't fun. I had to get a shovel. My mom come and got me, and she was like, "Yeah, he just got hit." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Yeah, he's laying in the middle of the road." And like I literally had to I had to go get a shovel and go dig the hole and like I literally, yeah. I took it, dude. It's just a part of life. I hate to be like, but like he was. Well, he was stupid. I mean, he was dumb though. Like he would run out like in front of like he wanted to play in front of the car.
He actually missed the dog.
If he was alive, he'd be like 13 now. So I don't know if he did. What? But I miss him. But he was like one of those things where it was just like when stuff happens and you're just like, yeah, like it was one of those things that I was just like, yeah, I knew it was good.
Natural selection.
Yeah, like a person came walking down the road and he ran out to greet him and the car just came down the road and just It sucks. I mean, it sucks, but like once you do it, like it's just over. Like I was really sad. It still makes me sad, but like it's a part of life. Like it wasn't like a person person or nothing. So like I still didn't want to see it, but like
You were 7.
it's a part of life. I know.
Dude, I tell you
My
what.
mom didn't want to do it, so I was like, my dad wasn't gonna do it, so I was like,
Yeah, I think it's funny you just knew where the shovel was at 7. Like, we need a shovel.
Well, my dad just would have tools.
Another day on the yard. Bury my 9th dog this week.
Like we would take really good care of him. Like we had a gate and everything, but he would just run right out the gate. Like you lock the gate and there was a little hole that like a squirrel could fit under, and he could wiggle his way out through under it. So.
My dad run over our cat on accident.
Oh my gosh.
Which he felt terrible about that. Like he actually like cried like real tears. Like because I was so little and we had a cat named Jet. And
Was he black?
Yes.
He was jet black, right? Is that...
Yes. Oh, there's so many jokes. But Dad, we was coming down the driveway, and I was sitting there just happy to be with Dad. You know, it was kind of like dusk, you know. And Dad will leave the driveway. He tries to set the land speed record every time he leaves his driveway. You know, it's actually the same truck that killed the dog. Actually, it's the one that did this. But it was then I got it from him. But I had to have been, I don't know.
Truck's haunted now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sold it. We got rid of it. It's on that. What's that movie? It's on the pet. It's actually in the pet cemetery. But Dad was leaving, and I heard it, and the most like graphic crunch you could imagine, like stepping on like broke or like dried leaves, you know. And I heard like, and I was like, "What was that?" And Dad said, "Nah, I'll just tie your shoe." And I had slip-on boots. so I was like,
Lane's like, where's the shoelaces on these things?
"Come on, Dad, you know better than that." And then so we was going to Walmart, and Dad had I'll put my mic down for this, but Dad had like both hands on the steering wheel the whole way to Walmart, just didn't say a word to me. I could tell now that I know what was happening, he was holding back tears. Well, I got to Walmart, and Dad was like trying to like walk away from me in Walmart so he could talk to Mom on the phone about what just happened, because he wanted her to like get rid of it before we got home.
I bet Lane was like, can we get a toy for Jet?
Dad had a hard time hearing on his phone, so he put him on speaker, put my mom on speaker, and I remember Mom going, "Yeah, he's smashed. yeah, he's right here. Yeah, Brandon, you got to slow down." And Dad's like, "Okay." And well, I didn't know. Even then, because I was little, I still didn't know that Dad run him over. All right, so we go home. I don't think nothing about it.
You poor little Jet ran off.
No. We got home, and I had been barely old enough to really understand what happened. He sat us both down, me and my little brother, and he was like, "Boys, I mean, he had this whole
Jet won't be with us no more."
Well, he literally had this whole elaborate thing. He goes,
in the sky.
instead of just being like, "Cat's dead, go on," you know, Dad was like, "Boys, as we know that there's a circle of life, you know, everybody that's born will die one day."
The Ford F-150 just ranks on top.
But Dad said, and Jet went on to be with the Lord or something like that. Yeah. And man, I was like, oh, like I kind of teared up. My little brother's like, he just starts bawling. So I start crying too. And the whole time, Dad's sitting there feeling like a real dude. He's sitting there like this because he was like, my kids are crying because I run over the cat. Yeah, they don't know. Looking back on it, if I would have known Dad running over, I would have held it back. Yeah. Because I don't want Dad to feel bad. He didn't tell me until like years later. He's like, "Yeah, I put him in a plastic bag." I tell you where he's at. Down here at the bottom of the hill where the pond used to be.
Yeah.
You know how it's filled in right there?
They buried him in a watery grave. That's crazy.
Dad put him in a Walmart bag and tossed him in. He said he never let off the gas. He just tossed him in there.
Oh, no.
That's what he said, I swear.
The Vikings.
Dude, I was like, whoa.
Oh, my God.
Cat probably still breathing. That's like, finish him off. Shy called me one day. We had a cat named Oscar because I wanted a cat named Baloney, and she wouldn't let me do it. So she named it Oscar.
You wanted no hair.
I wanted a hairless cat named Baloney. Imagine, like, you have...
That is such a cool idea. Or a chicken.
That's
They
disgusting.
look like
They
chicken.
get black kids.
They get blackheads?
You gotta pop them, yeah.
Ooh, you probably like that.
No, not for a cat.
What?
You got pot baloney, bro.
You're gonna have to fit that into your daily routine. Is pop balloons like that.
Sean called me
We
one
gotta be
day.
home by 8. I got blackheads.
We have one cat. You know, and actually we were supposed to have it because it was an apartment, but it just
It was
wandered
a
in.
community cat. It wasn't ours. It was just.
Shot claimed it as hers,
I mean-
but we walked in and.
Sorry, Jeff.
And that cat would just hang out with us forever, just sit on the couch, have a good old time, you know.
Yeah.
It'd leave. Well, Shy called me one day and said, I think Oscar's dead. I was like, why? Well, there's a dead orange cat right in front of the apartment. Without me even looking at it, I was like, no, I saw that, Oscar.
Did you hit him too?
No, I didn't hit him. On the record, I did not hit him.
The person who bought that Ford was on that came through.
He probably couldn't control the thing.
Yeah, the same truck still come through and hit it. It's a Toyota. Don't
It just
ever
has an
disgrace my
affinity
Toyota
for-
like that.
Well, we didn't even live at the apartments at that time though. We had moved out.
Yeah.
It had been like a month of us moving out,
Yeah,
and we didn't take him because we weren't allowed to have pets.
yeah. Well, that stopped us.
I like cats, but they stink. Smell like
Not
ammonia.
this cat.
Our cat don't stink.
I don't like this
I mean the
one.
litter box.
What does a cat smell like?
Cat.
Nasty, dude.
Nasty.
Don't like cat
Do you remember
They
our
prove
secret
themselves.
mission
I
at
know.
those apartments whenever we was rolling a certain somebody's truck?
I didn't roll nobody's truck.
Yeah. Mr. John Douglas had his truck
At
at the apartments.
you did.
We went out there and rolled his truck. We had to go back like 5 or 6 times to fully get it.
Oh, the same parts we were in.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all lived there at one point.
Yeah, he was mad about that actually.
Was he?
Well, yeah, because there was more than just rolling. Like, didn't we like saran wrap it or something?
Oh yeah. Put forks
Yeah.
in the truck.
Yeah, it was a bad ordeal. He
You
was.
know you did that?
Sorry, JD. Yeah, he knows.
Does he?
Now he does.
He does now. I know he's watching. I know he watches this.
Sorry, JD.
I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Yeah, Ernie. It was Ernie's idea.
Whoa!
Yeah,
yeah,
These
yeah.
fellas,
Yeah.
why am I here right now?
Come on, buddy, get out of here. But JD, dude, the javelin toss thing.
I was gonna wait for that one when he got here, but go ahead and tell it. You know.
Dude, JD, just to give you an insight, man. He is so funny. But we sitting there at a buddy's house playing basketball or something and cornhole and whatever, pawning off food stamps. You know, we's over there having a good time, and JD. Well, I was just kind of sitting in a lawn chair and I was just watching everybody do their thing, and JD kind of wanders off by himself. There's nobody around him.
Yeah.
Right. I'm the closest to him, but by like, I don't know, 30 yards. Nobody's watching. He don't know I'm watching. He's kind of like facing away from me. So you know whatever actions he is doing is for his own entertainment. He holds up his PVC pipe over his shoulder and goes, and now for the javelin toss. And throws it. There's nobody watching. And that's what cracked me up is that he did that for his own entertainment. He's like, I'm bored. Let's make something up.
Dude, I'll tell you, he's smart, like statistically smart. Like if you're doing like a team anything,
Yeah.
like you want him because he may not be good at it. He just can outsmart somebody. But with our D&D game,
He's super like acrobatically athletic too.
Yeah.
Like he can do a lot of stuff in the air. Like I
Yeah.
noticed that.
remember D&D, we had the Lane silencer card, which is the card that Lane got every time, in which case he was silenced. And if he spoke, he was out of the game, which got overused quite a bit.
Yeah, it basically turned into like, all right, we need another body for the game. Lane, you sit here and shut up.
Yeah.
That's basically what that turned into.
Yeah.
Just me sitting there.
Yeah. But no,
That's a trend that's followed me my whole life. People just tell me to shut up.
yeah. You just have the silencer card in your wallet from now on.
Yeah.
I know somebody. I got a video of Caden playing D&D, and it was down to me and Weston, and Weston was the killer, and I can't remember what I was, but Caden was. I keep pointing at that picture of Caden as if they're going to see that, but Caden was the gunner, and he was trying to figure out who he was supposed to give his last bullet to, and he shot Weston and guessed correctly, and he got excited, and it was really funny, and so we got a video of that. We'll put it right there.
Oh, good one, Caden Dad.
Right?
The whole screen. Not
Oh, yeah.
the-
Oh, yeah. You have the video?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I don't have it.
Yeah, I got it.
But
Boys, we've been in this for close to an hour and a half.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
There's more I had to ask Ernie actually too.
What?
This is crazy. I don't think you know about this.
Go ahead.
Ernie, when is your birthday?
Depends.
Depends. Okay, explain.
Depends who you ask. If you ask me or the government, it's a different answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was legally born on 10/18, but I was actually born on 10/17.
11:59.
Oh my gosh, we just found out that my granddad was the same way, did we not?
Yeah.
So the doctor, when he filled out, I was born like in the morning, so I don't know if this doctor was just really tired, like he pulled the double or something.
He got into the pot brownie.
Yeah.
I got to the pot brownies before shift.
He was upset about the night before because somebody ran over his
He
dog.
had to pull out. Probably needed it, but so like the doctor put on my birth certificate, I was born on the 18th, but I literally have a picture of me like on the 17th, like born here, ready to live, and so my whole life.
Not to mess up every blizzard there is.
Yeah, like my whole life, I'm like I put 10/17 down for everything because that's my birthday, and I go to apply for college, and I get on the what is the college aid thing? The FAFSA, yeah. I get on the FAFSA.
Did you fill out your FAFSA?
Yeah.
FAFSA.
I get on there and I'm like it makes you type in your name and your birth date for like tax reasons and stuff, and I typed that in, and it would not pull me up, and I'm like, what the heck? So like for 2 months straight, I'm like freaking out trying to apply for college, thinking that I put in the wrong anything, like I spelled my name wrong, like I don't know, and I'm like, Mom, give me my stuff and let me look at it. And so I look at it, and my birth certificate says 10/18, and I kid you not, I go back in there to the FAFSA thing the next day and type in 10/18, and like there it was. And I'm like, dude, I'm waiting for the government to get me in trouble in like 50 years because I filed taxes under 10/17. I'd already been working at Dairy Queen, but I'd already been working at Dairy Queen for a minute. And
he get you with a
FBI, open up. And like my mom just didn't tell me. Like I don't know if my mom even knew, because obviously my mom knew I was born on the 17th. But like
there's probably another Ernie out there somewhere in Mexico with the real birth certificate.
So like I have it all fixed now. I went back and fixed it all, and everything's under 10/18.
That's Ernesto.
Ernesto.
So I always celebrate 2 birthdays.
Is that what you told that woman when you dumped the banana split? You was like, sorry, I don't know what day I was born.
I should have, dude. Anytime anybody questions my existence, I'm like, I don't even know when I'm here.
There's 2 things with that, because you mentioned college.
Yeah.
I think he was at school at Caden at the Cumberlands.
You went to the Cumberlands?
Yeah.
What'd you go for?
To be a history teacher.
How'd that work out?
I'm here, aren't I?
That was history.
It is history.
It went down history like that.
I don't know. It was fun, but they accused me of plagiarism, which I totally did not do.
Yeah.
I totally did not use plagiarism. Anyway.
But 2,
Kids got it easy now. They got AI. They can do everything for them.
ChatGPT sucked back then, so I didn't fix my.
I didn't have any of that. There was who was that girl?
open up.
There was some girl you could pay $5 to, and she would write your essay for you. But I made a C- on like the biggest essay
Like,
of the
I
year.
want a discount, buddy.
Yeah.
Give me my $3 back.
Who did that?
I think it was Candy.
Candy.
No, it couldn't have been Candy.
No, she wouldn't be
It couldn't have been Candy. It's probably like somebody out of the banana pod that I just. I was like, here, write my essay for me.
They had just started doing AI stuff, and they were like, we can figure out if you're doing it. And I was like, no, you can't. And I got through like the first year doing it, and then like the second year, they definitely figured it out. So I was like, oh, okay. Which I didn't cheat on that paper. I really didn't. Like I went and cited all my sources and everything, and like made sure it was a legal paper. Like
I remember
wrote
that.
it, but
If like you literally like, I love that. They won't tell you. Like my professor did that. They were like, hey, instead of saying like you didn't cite this source correctly, they'd be like, you plagiarized.
yeah.
And that's it. That's all they would say. And then like I'm like, what? No, I didn't. Well, the first thing your mind goes to is, oh, I did not cheat. I did not
Yeah.
copy this from nobody.
But it's really
But
just.
you forgot to add a quotation mark on your citation. So
And like I understand quotations, like I understand why you want to cite your sources, but they'd be like, you have some of the dumbest quotes ever. It's like, I like cheesecake, and they want you to give a quote, like a cite source for that. And I'm like, dude, what was your other thing about college?
You got your box stolen.
Oh, I did get my bike stolen. I did. That was fun. I don't know who stole it. I wish I could have figured that out.
It was Snort.
Yeah.
I had this
This is
bike.
honk shoe, guys. Honk shoe. Sorry.
No, you're good. I had this bike, and I kept it locked up in front of the dorms, and I don't know if I just didn't lock it back up, or like somebody cut the lock or something, but I come outside one day and it was gone, and I was like, what the heck? So like I'm like searching all over campus for my bike, and I cannot find it, and I'm like, dude, what crackhead has run off with my bike in front of the dorm?
It was Snort.
So I went back to the dorm room and was like, hey, my bike got stolen within like the past 3 days, because like I didn't know exactly when, but I knew like I'd seen it. And so I was like, hey, can we pull up the cameras? And they're like, yeah, we only got like the past couple hours. And I was like, dude. So we look at it, and it's not the person that did it before that or whatever. They're like, you can call the police. And I'm like, I'm not calling the police. They're not going to look for my bike. Anyways, I go.
It was a Huffy.
I go.
Had a little ring on it. Had a little bell on it.
It did have a bell on it, though. I had the little horn that they have. It was funny. And
How'd that go?
That's really how it sounded. But we were driving off campus, and I drive down the hill right there at the Cumberlands, and I see my bike on the side of the road, and I was like, dude, why would you just ride it to the hill and then get off of it?
Well,
So
he
I
obviously didn't want to walk.
Well, I get out of the car and I get the bike, and the dude is like messed the chain up. The chain is literally laying on the ground, and I was like, you're kidding me, dude. I was like, you couldn't have just took it. Like, you're just gonna break it. Like, it's one thing if you're gonna steal it and use it every day, go for it. But if you're gonna take it and break it and then leave it there, not even sell it for scrap metal, what kind of crackhead are you? You didn't want that bike. You just wanted to inconvenience me. Like, I wouldn't even be mad if he took it and sold it for crack or something. Do that by all means. But like taking it, riding it half a mile down the road and then dropping it off on the side of the road for me to pick it up later is not cool. It was not fun.
Yeah, we're looking for you.
I say it was probably Snort. Yeah, it probably was Snort. I'm babysitting over here. She kind of she keeps crawling up on my shoulder.
College was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
As of right now, we have an hour and a half of footage.
That's good. That's mostly done. Me and Lane was in college together. All of us were. Well, except for Ernie.
Hey, what frat was we in? Let's think of something real quick. We went to community college. There was no frat, but
we're the commutes.
The commutes.
Or the Cumberlands was like really Christian, so they didn't do nothing.
What's Wrong State's?
Buccaneers.
Are they the Buccaneers?
Raiders. Buccaneers sounds good.
Oh,
Yeah, the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yeah, that's something my mom wanted to do. My brother was at Berea, and I can't remember what they were, but mom wanted to get a shirt. I think mom did get a shirt that said like Berea Mom or whatever, and she was wearing it, and she's like, I'm gonna get a Roan State, mom for you. And I was like, don't do that. I'm at community college. Like, that don't matter. Like, he's
a janitor there.
Yeah.
When I told my dad I was going to college, he was like, how much money do I have to spend?
I went to Roan State, got my degree and just got my associates in science because I was going to be an X-ray tech, and that didn't work out because I saw my first broken bone. But sorry, kitty.
Reminds me of when I went to the animal veterinary school and they were showing me how cows give birth, and I was like, no thanks. They had that little thing where you could stick your hand up in it too. So,
That's called a birth canal.
I know. I never wanted to go back in there.
No.
Sorry. Dude, I don't know, it got me off guard. I mean, you said the broken bone thing, and then I was like, that applied to me.
Well, it did. Like, I got in there, and I'm already squeamish about stuff like that. I can't really do
blood.
I can't do blood either, or not even really blood. I can do blood. I just can't do like broken stuff. Like just like abnormal.
If Kevin Ware came in, you'd be like, what?
Who's that?
Oh, that's been a while back, dude. It was this. I had to pull up the video for you sometime, but it was a basketball player named Kevin Ware.
You talking about the guy that jumped, landed on his leg and broke it? Yeah.
His legs, like,
I have seen that.
Spots.
Yeah, I have seen that. I don't.
There's the Paul George layup too. That's pretty bad.
Nick Chubb, you remember Nick Chubb against
Gordon Hayward?
Gordon Hayward's one. That one was
terrible.
Yeah, Nick Chubb did that against Tennessee. He got hit like right here in his leg, like inverted the other direction. It was pretty bad. But I saw that. But they were like, "All right, we're going to do like we're going to put you all in this room with the X-ray tech, and they're going to show you how to look at and diagnose and stuff like that." And I was like, "Okay." Well, we're sitting there, and this kid walked in. I mean, just squalling. And I looked, and his arm looked like the letter U. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I quit. I literally.
They had like fresh people there.
Yes, like you went to.
Freshly broke, like.
Yes, like well, he went, yeah. I'm like, how you going? I'm like,
They don't even give you like a practice like dummy or something first. Or?
no. Like we were in the room. They brought that kid in, and he was just screaming. I was like,
yeah, his arm's broken in 9 places. What are you doing today?
And they brought him in, and imagine you're a kid. You break your arm, you walk in the room. There's 9 doctors in there. Like, oh my god, I'm dying. You know, but Make-A-Wish shows up after it.
That's really how it is, though. I remember whenever my dad died, we were all sitting in the hospital room, and they were like, Can we bring in the doctors to look at him? And I was like, go for it, buddy. What is that got to do with me? And literally, like, 10 doctors, like, they just go in there after he's dead, and it's like, yeah, this is how you check to make sure somebody's dead and stuff.
Yeah, see, he is quite deceased, yes.
Yeah, I mean, really,
I guess maybe they did do the pulse.
Yeah, like
that, you know.
And, like, well, they asked for permission first, and I was like, go for it, buddy. It's not me, so it wasn't going to hurt nobody, so I was like, well.
Yeah, I ended up changing my major after that. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't like.
Well, I ended up leaving and going. I mean, I got my degree, but it's just in a general associate's, meaning I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, but here's extra effort. That's what that means.
Yeah.
And then I never used it. And my little brother went to Tennessee Tech. He's an electrical engineer now, and he's making really good money doing his thing. You know, it's just, but mine cost me no money. His cost him quite a bit, but he's probably built himself an entire career. I know he has around that, so good for him. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, college ain't everything for everybody. Like, I make pretty decent money, and I just don't. Like, I make enough to get by, you know, but I don't.
Being in talent search is really what pushed, like, I'd say a lot of people to go to college. And
Dude, it just
talents are. It used to be one of those things. It's like you just sign up and you do fun trips. You didn't really do nothing.
What?
After I left, they like brought robotics into it, and it's like this huge STEM
They were doing that
like project of like.
in 2020 when after you graduated,
Yeah.
we were doing all that because they had a little ball, and then you could
I
write
remember that.
messages across. And which, like, I enjoy that part of it. I'm not hating on that part of it, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of it was like, I know we visited a lot of colleges, and like the whole point was to visit and like experience it, but like a lot of it's like, it kind of feels like it's pushing you towards that path of like, you need to apply to college, you need to go to college. Like, and I'm not saying that anybody like forcefully held me down and was like, sign this, you're going to college. Like, no, nobody does that, but like in high school, they put such a strain on like, make you feel like your life's gonna suck if you don't go.
Yeah, they painted a picture. They're like, you want to be a garbage man?
You do anything in your life, you better go to college.
Yeah,
you want to be able to breathe air.
Yeah,
you better go.
And then that's just ain't true. Like, I'm making, like, literally, now this ain't always gonna be like this, but I'm making the same money right now as some engineers make.
Until they hear the dog story.
Yeah, and then like it just like, but I just found a craft. You know, like there's not many crane mechanics, tower crane techs. There's like not many at all in the United States.
Yeah.
So I found like a little. Is it niche or niche?
Niche, whatever.
Is it niche? Is it not niche?
Nikki.
Is it Nikki? Minaj. But I don't know, man. There's ain't kids listening. College ain't everything. Go if you have something like specifically you want to do. But seriously, if you want to, I mean, if you have something that you like, or you can find like a good.
If you're really smart or it's free, go. But if you're in the middle of the road, just don't do it, buddy. Just take time.
Yeah.
That's fine. I really wish that I took a year, like after I graduated, to be like, what am I going to do with my life? But I know like a lot of people, I know you can't really do that because like, you know, you got bills and stuff. But like nowadays, people like, well, I mean, which I'm not hating on anybody that does this or nothing, but like people still live with their parents until they're older now. So like you have, you know, like most parents aren't going to kick you out at 18 nowadays. Like I don't know. So like I feel like if you have that avenue where you can have like the extra time and not have to worry about it. Like,
yeah.
You could be like in the TV shows where it's like, I'm taking a year to discover myself. Like,
I ain't got a year.
I don't know. I'm not even. You don't even need like a full year, but like those couple months after to just like really like figure it out, it would be really nice. Because I felt like after I graduated high school, it was just like I don't know. It was just like immediately like everything just starts. You're just not prepared for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's life in general, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
boys, it's
we did a good one.
Well, this is a good one. We'll close it out. So let's summarize everything.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Don't leave your dogs in the road.
Yeah.
Yes, please get them stuck
Don't-
in the
Don't let them get into your stash.
Don't let them get into your stash.
Put your stash somewhere where the dog can't get to it.
Yes, please.
And yeah, I guess that's it, man.
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up.
It's good
Alright.
having you, first
Be a crane
guest.
operator if you can.
Yeah. Ernie, thank you for coming on, man.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I get to come back.
You
Yeah,
will.
Episode 2 will happen with you.
We will.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Well, we'll see you.
Appreciate everybody listening.
Bye, guys.